I know that I promised y'all that I would be talking about some affordable niche fragrances. And I know I've been doing a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances, sprinkled in with a designer here and there. But today, I've got niche fragrances for you. Affordable niche fragrances from the house of XYRENA Parfums. But are they any good? Stick around, let's talk about them.
And you wanna write it down? Would it kill you just to listen?
What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to My 2 Cents 2.0. My name is Brian, and this is the channel that keeps you smelling great without breaking the bank. So nobody's talking about XYRENA Parfums, and I didn't really know much about them until they popped up on my Instagram feed, and I also saw a video from Lucky Scent on YouTube talking about these cinematic fragrances that, are inspired by movies and TV shows. And you're probably like, well, what the hell is this guy talking about? Cinematic fragrances? Well, let me show you real quick, okay? So I picked up 2 fragrances. One of the fragrances I got is wrong, but we'll get into that in a minute. But here you go. XYRENA Parfums out of Austin, Texas. These are really cool. They come in a VHS tape box. They look like a VHS tape, and the fragrance sits inside. This is very nostalgic for me. I mean, I grew up with VHS tapes. Let me know down in the comments, if you even know what a VHS tape is. Hopefully you do. In the box that they came in, I got membership cards. These are really freaking cool. They look like Blockbuster cards. And most of y'all probably don't even know what a Blockbuster is or a Hollywood Video, but they also gave me a Airhead to enjoy whilst, watching my fragrance or smelling my fragrance, one of the two. But I picked up 2 fragrances. I picked up Saved by the Bell, one of my favorite TV shows growing up, which I'm extremely excited about. I'm actually more excited than Jesse Spano. If you know, you know. And the other one I picked up was Space Cowboy, but they didn't send that to me. They sent me American Psycho. And this actually is a little bit more expensive. This one, $98. This one, $120, but I only got charged $98 for it. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. I actually wanted to get this one because I really love the American Psycho movie and the book, but it was more than $100. So my apologies. Maybe if you order, Space Cowboy, maybe you'll get this one and it'll only be $98. But real quick, let's just do a quick box presentation and then we'll get into the fragrance. These boxes are so freaking cool. On the front, you got Be Kind, Please Rewind, just like they used to ask you back in the day at your local Hollywood and Blockbuster Video. On the side, you even have the NBC logo. On the back, you got the story about the fragrance. I mean, this is just so nostalgic. On the inside, which both boxes look exactly the same, you have XHS on one side and XYRENA on the other, and the bottle sits right there. Now, it is like a cheap plastic, but it feels exactly like a VHS tape box. Now the bottle is just a stock bottle, dark glass. You got Saved by the Bell sticker on the front. On the back, it's embossed with some sort of lettering, and then there's a plaque for XYRENA. Now the cap is a cheap plastic cap, but it doesn't really matter about the cap. It's about the juice inside. Here's an American Psycho box, and you got rated R on the top left there. In the back of the box, you also get a little story about the fragrance, and then you also have your barcode. As I said, the inside of the boxes are exactly the same, but American Psycho came with this nifty little business card with Patrick Bateman and Pierce & Pierce, and this is the number for XYRENA, which I think this is a cool little touch. It's all about the details. But now let's check out the atomizer. Decent atomizer. Not great, but decent. See what it's all about. I did read the notes. They don't really have the notes on the website. What they do is, that is interesting. All right, they just kind of give you a description of kind of what it's going to smell like. Like it's going to smell like fresh cut grass from the football field and raspberry chapstick. And it's kind of going to try to bring you back to what it would be like to be at Bayside High. So, wow, okay. That's interesting. It's good. It's interesting though. It's very different. It does kind of take me back to the 90s. I definitely get some raspberry, some like a chapstick kind of vibe, maybe some iris in here. giving it that chapsticky vibe. I also get fresh cut grass, which you really wouldn't think would kind of go together, but it also kind of smells like hair gel. Like the hair gel that like Zach Morris would use to slick his hair back. That is so interesting. I mean, it's completely wearable, but it really does. It brings nostalgia. Like, it's very nostalgic. It takes me back to the 90s. It doesn't smell like anything I've ever smelled before. Very intriguing. It doesn't smell like a fragrance that you would wear in the 90s. It just has all these different facets to it that kind of make your mind go back to, huh, that's what it's like to be, back in the 90s. Back at Bayside High. It almost has a peachy quality to it as well. Some citrus, bergamot, white florals, definitely that green facet from like that fresh cut grass. A little bit of a clean woodiness to it. That's quite interesting. I'm going to let that dry down for a little bit, and we'll talk about American Psycho while that dries down, because I'm interested to see, where that fragrance goes. And now let's see if the atomizer is exactly the same. Sure is. All right. Okay. This actually kind of smells a little familiar to me. This kind of smells a little bit like Jazz Club from Maison Margiela. There's a boozy quality to it, but there's this green, like crisp freshness sitting in the back. It's a little minty. Ambery vanilla. It's a little smoky, like cigarette smoke as well. Well, I was expecting there to be like, maybe a little bit of a, copper quality, kind of like blood, but that's not in here. But this is 100% wearable. This is very intriguing. Again, it does have the similarities to Jazz Club, but it is different. It does have that minty crispness sitting in the back. I'm guessing this is supposed to be reminiscent of Patrick Bateman and what he would smell like. It's kind of a CEO type of quality to it, like something you would wear. You could wear to the office. You could wear it out on a date. Like, kind of a very versatile fragrance. That's nice. It's powdery, slightly, not overly. It's got a nice masculine, mature sweetness to it. I really like the tobacco in this. It's got nice spiciness, some cardamom, black pepper. But I like that little minty quality to it as well. It's a little mentholated. And it has a nice green facet kind of sitting in the background. It's not like a green fragrance, but there is this really nice woodiness and green quality sitting in the back, just kind of rounding everything out, not allowing it to be exactly like Jazz Club. That's good. Man, I know that one's $120, and that's not what I was trying to get. I was trying to get Space Cowboy, which was $98, and what I was reading is it's more of a fougere, and I like, fougères, but it's kind of like a Space Cowboy fougere, so it's a little intergalactic fougere. I don't know exactly what that means, but I was excited to try it. I might pick that up, later on. But XYRENA Parfums, maybe you're watching this. Just so you know, you accidentally sent me American Psycho. And just so you guys can see this, I'm going to go ahead and fold my name out of this. It says it right there. Space Cowboy. Saved by the Bell. Space Cowboy. Saved by the Bell. Which is fine, because this is a good fragrance. I'm excited to wear it. I'm excited to, really test drive both of these fragrances. All right, so I'm going to let American Psycho sit for a minute. Now let's go back to Saved by the Bell. All right, Zach Morris, AC Slater, are you in here? All right, so this is 100% unisex. I think it leans a little bit more feminine, but I'm definitely going to rock it. It has it almost has zebra stripe gum bubble gumminess. but in the best way. And it does have that like hairspray, hair gel quality to it. You know, back in the day, you know, everybody, well, not everybody, all the women had big hair, you know, Jessie Spano hair. And yeah, they were just, you know, spraying their hair and making sure that it was as curly and up as possible. And it's in there. But it also smells like hair gel, but not in a bad way. Completely wearable. Well, I think. I don't know. It actually has a slight kind of aquatic quality to it as well. This is so intriguing. It takes me back to the 90s. It takes me back to like being in elementary and middle school. I was not in high school in the 90s. I'm not that old. I really like that. And I know American Psycho hasn't been, you know, sitting for that long, but let's go ahead and just smell it one more time. Okay, more of that mentholated quality now popping off. More mint. It's become more predominant. So you're getting more of this fresh, crisp mint with that tobacco sitting behind it. Man, that's good. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my cat's up here, and she's, I don't know what she's doing, but she's my wife makes sure she has a bell on her. Apparently it scares off the birds or something. I don't know. It doesn't stop her from, you know, grabbing them because we have birdies, not live ones, always sitting at our front door. But anyways, I digress. All right, so American Psycho, I think that's a really good fragrance. That's a CEO type of fragrance. I could totally imagine Patrick Bateman rocking that. Saved by the Bell, that is so intriguing. That is if you like fragrances, and for both of these, that kind of take you into that cinematic universe that, you know, really help you, you know, kind of take you into what they would smell like, you know, watching Saved by the Bell or watching American Psycho, then XYRENA Parfums is somebody to check out. I would definitely get samples. I would get, you know, try a discovery set. I can't remember if they actually have them. If they do, I'll leave them down in the description, link down there. But yeah, so far, I think these are freaking interesting and super cool. And again, I know this is over $100, but 98 bucks, I'm excited. You know, having something completely different. You're not going to smell like anybody rocking Saved by the Bell. And honestly, you're really not going to be smelling like anybody wearing American Psycho. My final 2 cents is I'm really excited to rock these at some point. And I'll probably take one of them on my next trip, which is coming up next Wednesday. So yeah, I'll let you all know later on, and probably I'm going to start doing shorts and stuff. So, you know, I can really, you know, instead of having to do full videos, do some shorts and let you all know further as I'm test driving these, how they're working, and whether or not they're going to work for you, and how they're working for me. So anyways, that is it for me today, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. And if you will, do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, keep smelling great and stay frugal. And I'll see you in the next one.
And you wanna ride